YouTube. So, what's on this week? This week I want to tell you about my crazy experience in the general hospital here where I'm working, and it's really crazy. So, basically, the story is that my colleague, the Dutch colleague that I have, so he didn't feel very good, kind of fainting when he was showering, and he was really getting, anxious about it. And he says, I need to sleep a little bit. Then he slept, and when he woke up, he was really looking bad and was not really looking okay. And I was really like, you were about to faint in the shower, then you feel really. Then we decided to go to the hospital. Okay, this is the main story. And we went to this hospital, and it was really crazy. It repeated those scary old style hospitals. So we get there, we go to the triage, and we ask them we tell them what happened. And basically the man at the triage was not even able to speak in English, and I was really translating everything for him to him and everything. And I was like, come on, why you were here alone? Seriously, it was crazy. So we've been waiting in this crappy waiting room for more than 3 hours. Then he got his visits that last for 45 minutes. And I was getting really anxious about it. I remember I asked somebody, like, can there somebody in there that can actually speak English? Because I don't know, I was really like, oh my god, they're gonna kill him. So then they called me inside because I was the friend. So Ray was calling me the friend. We were all around together, and I was really always the friend, or your friend is okay, or who's the friend from this guy? And I was really like, whoa, come on. Anyway, so they called me inside, and I found him laying on a bed with those needles inside the arm. Like this, like, oh my god, that's getting worse. And I was really panicking. And this nurse, this doctor was explaining me whatever they done, what's the problem and everything, and say, yeah, I need to stay all over the night because we need to check, we need to make a examination, and we need to scan his head because we want to avoid any problem for his brain. And everything was like, oh, that's extra panic. And it's like, oh my god. And it was really like, oh, you can choose, you can stay here overnight, or you can go home. And I was really looking at the doctor, looking at my colleague, looking at the doctor, like, no, I'll stay. Because really, I really feel like, okay, I'm 25 and not that old, but being 20 years old in Italy, go to the hospital, it's not your expectation, it's like, you're not supposed to go to the hospital when you're 20 and you're working abroad. And I really felt it because I remember when I was like working in Egypt and I had to go to the hospital myself. Okay, there was Egypt, everybody speaks English and everything, but it's kind of scary. I was like, no, I won't leave you alone here, especially in an hospital in Italy. No, never, 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 never. So I stayed there. They show up at where the rooms are for, when you stay overnight. And that was really the beginning of the hell for me. So basically, it was really anxious, and it started to say, yeah, catch some sleep, it's better for you, maybe it's better if you sleep more and everything. So he fell asleep, okay, like in 1 hour. Was really like, oh, but I'm afraid, what if I'm going to die? It's not a really nice place, I don't like it in here and everything. I was like, no, you'll be fine, don't worry and everything. And it was really giving me like extra anxious to me. So I was really like, yeah, you're right. But he didn't know where it was, but I understand Italian, I understand the notice. So it was one of the worst places where you can find yourself. It's like, I don't know how to explain it properly in English, but it's the place where people with really big brain problem, like, or they had like a brain surgery and stuff like that. So it was really like a place where people actually die. And I was really like, why am I supposed to stay here in this place with him? Even he just fainted, that's not necessary. But I didn't dare to show him that I was really anxious about the place where we were, about the situation itself, and about the people who surround us, because I can actually understand what was happening around, and it was really, really scary. So he fell asleep like a baby, basically, because he was really snoring and smiling in his bed. And that provided me a kind of bed that you use on the beach, and a pillow, but it was a gummy pillow. So basically, I slept for 40 minutes all over the night. So finally, we finished our visit. It was already one in the night. By 1:30 we were up in the room, and he fell asleep by 2, and then I was awake because I seriously couldn't sleep on a chair without anything. And yeah, so pretend that there was another person, and he was basically, okay, I'm sorry to tell it, but it was really like making any sound of possible. He was burping, he was snoring, he was sneezing suddenly in the middle of the night, and I was really like trying to find the most comfortable position on a chair that I didn't find. And suddenly at 4, I feel like my chair was moving, and there was the nurse basically pulling me from where I was to set the other bed next to me free. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry for waking you up, but I had to bed the patients. And Then that was 4 in the morning, so pretend that I was been awake since 8 a.m. that morning, so all the way down till 4 in the morning of the day after. So I decided to, try to catch some sleep again. I was almost about to fall asleep, then at 6, the nurse came inside to make sure that everybody was still alive. So basically, temperature, blood pressure, and stuff like that. Check the flebo. Is that English? I don't know. The needles and stuff like that. And I was really like, so one just seriously punched me on my shoulder and was really like, good morning. And I was, okay, I know I'm not supposed to stay there, but can't you just be a little bit more kind? It's like, it's not a nice place, and if I'm here, there must be a reason. I'm not the most quiet person on the planet now, and can you just understand that it's not because I'm bad at it, that means that I'm to be more careful about it, because I was really upset about it. So basically they set me out at 6 in the morning and I got to get back at 7 or something, and seriously that was really crazy. So finally I have an extra exam and everything was going fine. And it was funny because I was not supposed to drink and eat anything, and it was really starving because the last meal we had was around 5, and I was going around seeking fine sandwiches and everything. But he grabbed a sandwich at 1 p.m. and he was really starving, and I don't know how much time I've asked if it was possible to eat and everything. But then we have the exam, it was an X-ray for the brain, I don't know, TIC or TD, I don't know the name in English, so the one that scan your brain and everything. It was fine, nothing bad has happened. Finally they set us free. So that was really, really my crazy experience. Then there was a priest and a nun. They was always coming inside and bless you in the name of God and everything. But in the meantime, I was really sticking on my phone, talking to my chief, talking to my boss, talking to some other people, because not everybody knows where I was. And seriously, that was crazy. I had my colleague on the bed, the priest and the nun that was keep on getting in and out and try to bless everybody in the name of God, even me. And I'm not so religious. And then suddenly I was like phone, and they were really like, yeah, God might. And I was really scaring when you go in like Catholic hospital. But seriously, that was really, really crazy. Like at 7 in the morning, they made like the morning pray for everybody, but that was really crazy. Ooh. Fabia? Hey, say hello to Fabia. She bounced up my video.
Ciao.
And she's just awake, that's why she's wearing sunglasses. But yeah, basically, that's the story of my night at the General Hospital here in the campsite. And that's really crazy. Okay, so now I think it's time for me to go. So ladies and gentlemen, make sure to like and subscribe, or to comment my video, and if you dislike it, press the dislike button so I know if I can go for a better video. And as always, see you soon, stay tuned, and kisses. You wanna see the fishes? Hold on. Fishes. This is Cosmo. No, you cannot see it. Cosmo, Wanda, and snails. Cool, eh?